Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for attending the 2018 Girls and Boys State inauguration ceremony. My name is Nick Claudio, and as of actually 1 o'clock p.m. today, I am the former governor of Massachusetts Boys State 2017. Originally, I was elected lieutenant governor, although should the time come when the governor is unable to complete his term in office, it is the responsibility of the lieutenant governor to step in. Even so, I personally feel greatly honored to speak for you tonight and to introduce to you this year's Governor, Sethu Odayappan. To sum up my experience at Boys State last year, I would say it was a thrill ride. When I first showed up, I was asked to do two of my very favorite things. The first, argue. I like to argue. The second, to argue about politics. In a world where civic interest and civic engagement is decreasing, not only across the board, but more especially in the younger communities, one doesn't get much opportunity to talk politics with their peers without being frowned upon or maybe yawned at. Boys State, for me, is the place where you can talk politics as if it was the weather. Everyone always likes to talk about the weather, especially when it involves complaining. Anyway, Boys State for me is the place where I can engage in what is passionate to me, and that is learning about not only U.S. government, but also how to become a more engaged citizen in society. I learned more about government in my 1 week at Boys State than in my 12 years of grade school. And Massachusetts is supposedly #1 in education in the country. And Boys State also confirmed my desire to pursue the political science major at Boston College. Go Eagles. So when I first started thinking about running for office last year, I wasn't quite sure how I would be received. Although after a few speeches, I was able to leave my audience with the message that apparently made them want to give me a standing ovation. And this is another characteristic that really makes this program truly special, and that is that the election process is actually difficult. First, you know that most people in the running are going to lose. It's just a fact. Second, you have to give a total of 4 speeches before the final election to the actual state office, so congratulations to all the elected officials for this year. And third, and most importantly, you have to actually, really, believe it or not, be the best fit for the position. The students that attend the program are handpicked by their schools for their intelligence, integrity, and civic-mindedness. These students do not pick their candidates because they see the election as a popularity contest. They do not vote for someone because they have the most friends, or because they're the football captain, or because they have the most hashtag followers or hashtag selfies on Twitter and Instagram. In high school, I would be seen as the blind kid running for president. At Boys State, I was seen as the lieutenant governor who would assist in bringing about democracy and more compromise, and as the candidate who would best represent the voice of his people due to his fantastic listening skills and echolocation. Apparently, I was also seen as the person who should have run for governor, judging by the fact that the state senate tried to impeach our governor last year. Not that that's important. Jack Lane's a pretty good governor, a pretty good friend. But yeah, just those big differences are really what highlights the characteristics of this program that really make it a truly special program. and especially during this time period. And with that, I would now like to congratulate this year's Massachusetts Boys State constitutional officers for having the chance to make the same realization that I had the chance to make last year. And that realization is that they are actually the best fit for the positions they have been elected to. Now I invite you all to congratulate them with me. It is my great honor to introduce your next speaker, which is the 2018 Massachusetts Boys State Governor, Sethu Odayappan.
First off, I want to thank previous Lieutenant Governor Nick Claudio for the amazing introduction and remarks. After he said that, I'm kind of nervous that the Senate's going to try to impeach me this time, so I'll try to So it's my honor to introduce the other 5 constitutional officers and the 2 U.S. senators that are going to go to Boys State. These guys have been amazing candidates. They've given amazing speeches. Honestly, I don't know why I'm the one speaking right now. I feel like it should be one of them. They're just amazing guys and amazing friends. So first off, we have our 2018 Boys State Auditor, Richard Darkwa. Next, we have our Treasurer, Ryan Murphy. Next, we have our Attorney General, Marcus Holt. Our Secretary of State, Michael Mishley. And our Lieutenant Governor, Matt Sharkey. Our 2 U.S. Senators and Representatives for Boys Nation are William Locke and I apologize in advance, Alamadin Adarsi, better known as Larry. As a young kid, I was really shy. I wasn't confident in any of my abilities. Even though I really loved politics, I loved government, I never saw myself holding an elected office. I never thought that I fit into U.S. government. For me, it just wasn't a place for me. And then, not too long ago, I watched the 2004 Democratic National Convention, where I saw the Illinois state senator and then man known by very few, Barack Obama. And he gave a speech that I connected with more than I've connected with any speech by any U.S. politician. He said that when he was young, he was that tall, skinny colored kid. He was that kid with a funny name. He was that kid with immigrant parents who came here with little resources and little connections. When I heard those words, I finally felt like I connected with the U.S. government. I felt like there was a place for me too. And listening to his speech, I heard him say, and I'm paraphrasing, that by utilizing the opportunity that exists within the U.S., anyone can become anything. And I feel like Boys and Girls State really captured that message and resonated it throughout all of us. And for me personally, Boys State has been a stepping stone. It's been a platform to launch my interests and to inspire me to pursue a career in government. Boys State Boys State has taught me to appreciate this great nation and its heritage to a degree that I never imagined I would before. And I mean, if you think about it, we're living in a truly amazing time. If I were to ask you, if you were to choose any time throughout world history to be born in, and you couldn't pick your nationality, your race, your ethnicity, if you had no control over your gender and your sexuality, I'm undoubtedly confident that all of you guys would pick to be born right here, right now. Because so anyone who says that we need to make America great again, I strongly believe that America is at its greatest point it has ever been in. We should not look back, but we should continue moving forward. We should continue trying to eliminate the inequities that exist within our society. Boise State has given me an understanding of all the immense opportunity that exists within this great nation. Opportunity that is unprecedented, higher than any generation that has come before us. We must use this power, we must use this privilege to make a difference in a world that so badly needs leaders to guide it on its path. We must use all the knowledge that we have learned through this amazing week and put it in action once we leave. While everyone's voice counts, while everyone's voice is heard, we must make our voice the loudest. We need to communicate with our representatives and elected officials. We need to run for office, and yes,